making room for you in your life. I am a mother of 5. I'm a nurse. I'm a wellness advocate for women. I say all those things to show you that my life is full of doing for others. But I want to talk about a concept that had me look at that a little bit different. Okay. So it's this idea that we've heard of on planes. If you've flown before, you know, the flight attendant stands up there and talks about what you do in emergencies. And one of the things they say is, hey, if we're in an emergency and you need to get the oxygen mask on, they say this thing. They say, hey, get it on yourself first and then serve your child, your neighbor, an elderly person, someone who needs help, whatever it is. They say you need to help yourself first. And that is a very interesting concept, because as mothers, what are we prone to do? What do we want to do first? We want to take that oxygen mask and slap it on all our babies. Boom, 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 boom. Help that elderly person walk across the what is it called? The aisle. Walk across the aisle and serve the next person, because it is in our nature to serve. And that's a beautiful thing. Do not let that go from you. That is the most beautiful part of being a mother. However, the reason they say that you should get that mask on you first is because if you don't do that, you could become so weak from a lack of oxygen that it'll be hard for you to then serve the others who need you well. Ooh, that's hard for me, guys. That's hard for me. I know. There's someone out there just like, ooh, that is so hard. It is very hard, but it is the truth. It's a hard truth. It is sometimes almost impossible for you to serve someone else when you haven't served yourself. You could literally die from a lack of oxygen when you haven't served you. Now let's bring this to real life. What does that look like in real life? Okay, if you're always taking time to put your children first in your day, the job first that you work for, the community, you have to stop by this person's house, your friend is going through something, and the first thing you do when you wake up is check the messages, make sure she's still okay. Get out there, serve the children their breakfast, off to school. Or if you're a homeschooling mom like me, the day is hectic all day. And at the end of the day, you're just exhausted. You're in an exhausted lump. But guess what? You still have to check those emails. And if you're married, you still put time for your husband so that that marriage does not fall apart. Everything needs you. And you haven't served yourself. Number 1, exhaustion. You're tired. Are you tired? Okay, you're tired. And the reason you're tired is because you're not taking time to fill your tank of energy. Some of the things that can happen with you being so tired is that your body chemistry can fall out of order. You can become so tired that mentally your mind starts to fall apart. That's sometimes the cause of anxiety and or depression. You're just exhausted. There is nothing feeding into you. You've become a stale pond, and algae is growing all on your surfaces. And guess what happens to the fish inside that pond? Your community, your children, they watch you wither away. They don't even know who you are anymore because you don't show up as yourself. This was me, guys. This used to be me. This used to be me, and I didn't even know what was wrong. And I didn't even recognize, I didn't even know that that's how I was showing up, because I was still exhausted and all, still serving, just like a zombie, just like dragging and giving. But how many of you know that the quality of service that you will be giving is sometimes so poor, it can even be hurtful? Wow, that sent me into flashbacks, you guys. Sometimes the service we give when we haven't taken time for ourselves can be harmful. Those are the times we end up showing frustration with our children. We're still serving them, but here we are trying to make a big home cooked meal because you want them to eat healthy and all this kind of stuff. But you're doing it so tired and so resentful because all you want to be doing is resting, or this other thing that you have to do, or this next service that you have to do, right? And you don't want to buy the fast food because you know it's not good for them, or you don't want to mentally judge yourself. And then you serve this angry meal. It's a frustrated meal. And while you're cooking, if someone dare ask you a question, you spew on them. And when you're done cooking it, and then you serve it, if someone dare complain, right? And we sacrifice
lunch prep / kids video / boys nap at 12 p.m.
Look at that, guys. This is how I stay sane. I have alarms going for everything. It's time for me to make lunch, except I'm not making lunch today, so hallelujah. I have a little more time to talk. What was I saying? Yes. So you might get so frustrated, and now that's all you're serving. Because let me tell you what they will not remember. They will not remember that meal. They won't know the difference from having had a sandwich and having had that gourmet thing that you saw in a magazine. But they will remember how they felt eating it. They will remember how they felt being in your presence. They will remember how you made them feel, and that's it. And that's it. Every memory will be tied to that, And so we just have to make room. We just have to make room as mothers. We have to make room for us. We have to make room for us in the budget to do things that are going to help our mental health. We have to make room for us in the time of day. If it means waking up earlier, then we have to wake up earlier. If it means taking some things out of our schedule, I am so sorry, Mrs. Peters, but I'm not going to be able to come, and do this thing anymore. Maybe you are on a volunteer board. Maybe you need to take that out. Maybe you need to let go of every extracurricular thing that you're a part of, because you're going to take that time and make room for yourself in that time, and just renew yourself and become more whole, so that as you reintroduce these things, you can do it remembering that you're going to leave this space and time for yourself. And this is not selfish. Somebody is struggling with that. It's like, that is so selfish. I can't take everything out. It is more selfish for you to kill yourself slowly, end up so heavily depressed and anxious that you cannot even thrive with your family anymore. And that never serves your children well. Trust me, I know. Listen, mamas, we have to make room for us. Look at me. I have 5 children. There is no child around me. Look, guys. This was so hard for me to begin to do. Let me tell you what energizes me so much. It's talking to other moms. I love talking to other moms, and I don't get much time to do it because, I'm a homeschooling mom and I have other things to do. But when I just do this, when I speak to you, it's so refreshing and energizing to me. I know some people love to do crafts. Some people will take time and bake. Some people will take time and do their hair and their nails, or a spa, or a nap. Ooh, a nap. Now, the only thing that I would say beats doing this for me is a nap. I would take a nap. But if I take a nap, I know exactly what's going to happen. Boom, my door is going to open. Mommy, my nail over here, this and that happened. Like, are you serious? Did you just wake me up for that? Drop in the comments below, what ridiculous thing have you been woken up for? Now, there's some things that you should be woken up for, but tell us the ridiculous things. Like, really, this is what you woke me up for, whether it's in the morning, at night, or during a nap. Let me hear it. We all need a good laugh. Anyway, mama, listen, I've had a good time talking to you today. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Look at my walk. I'm just gonna give you a glimpse, okay? Here, we're gonna turn. We're gonna just turn. Turn, turn, turn around, around and round and round. But yeah, I really want to encourage you, Mom, to make room for you. Make room for you. Join a community. Make room for you. Matter of fact, in the link below, I'm going to put our Facebook community. It's more about wellness and health, specifically hormone health. Doesn't matter. Just join the community. It's a bunch of women just being happy, talking to each other, sharing and loving each other, supporting each other, encouraging each other. Maybe not always happy, but that's okay too, because this is real life. So join our community and let us minister to you. You know, I would really love to see you there. You are the most important piece in that puzzle. It's you. You're holding it all together. You've always been that person. Sometimes you're holding too much. Make room for you, okay? Just please. Have I said it enough yet? Have I? Make room for you. All right. I hope to see you in the community below. Thank you guys for hanging out with Nurse Annie today. Bye.